William, you don't only like tea. you since 2021, there's a big saga of success for you. Could you tell us how this happened?
Yeah. So, like before 2021, I was having a full-time job as like a creative developer for 10 years. But I was, doing all this gentle art thing in my little room, little corner, and not showing to anyone. But in 2021, people started to ask, can you mint your, image, your thing? And
because you were not calling yourself an artist, right?
Yeah, for 10 years, like I just started to call myself an artist last year, actually, like when I went full time into doing this. But before that, I was doing stuff in my room. Yeah, I was like happy with that. And in 2021, people started to ask me to mint this, mint that, and I didn't know what it meant. And so I just ignored all this for like a good year until a friend of mine, Matt Deloyer, thank you, Matt, introduced me to this whole NFT world, and it took me by the hand and, okay, create a wallet, create this, click here, and you can mint your artwork. And I did that, and I was selling at that time one piece for $10. And I was super excited about that. I was like, oh my God, I sold a piece for $10. And it was so cool. So I just continued doing that in addition of my job. And at some point, I became kind of popular in the space. And I went with a platform called Artblocks.
Which changed the game.
Which changed everything for me. I had some little success before with another platform called FXH, where it was a very good community, and it gave me the strength, the will to do that. So I continued with Artblocks, and when Artblocks happened, I was like, what happened? Because suddenly you have huge visibility, huge success. Everyone start to come to you, to ask you to collaborate, to do this, to that. And I'm like, what is happening? Because 1 year ago, I was selling stuff for $10, and it was already amazing. And for that, I was doing this in my room. So yeah, in like 2 years, I went from doing stuff in my room to selling stuff for thousands and thousands of dollars. And it's still weird to me.
And so you have a specificity. Your work, what is special about your work?
I would say my niche, is like I like to connect because I also paint and do like stuff with my actual hands on my own, but I also like to develop stuff with my computer and stuff. And at some point I wanted to merge everything. And that's how I started to I just wanted to translate what I was doing with my hand on the computer. So there's a lot of texture, a lot of tacticality in my work that I think you don't see everywhere. And I think that's why people was like, oh my God, what is happening with this guy? And
so you are doing digital art which look like physical art.
Yeah, I would say I don't do it to mimic or to just translate. It's more about conveying what my emotion I have while doing physical, and I want to convey this emotion with digital. But not only that, I also want to take advantage of the digital, so I will try to always inject, some very digital elements, like a very sharp square, very sharp circle, and the mix of all that, I think, makes my work personal.
And so now you are some big galleries want to work for you, want you to work for them, and also you have a project with LACMA.
Yeah.
What is the project with LACMA?
So with LACMA, is like they started to be interested in Web3 and blockchain and art, like crypto art. So they started collecting. They started to get artworks from this space, and so they are working with Cactuid Labs, which is like a Web3 blockchain service who collaborates with galleries and museums. So they collaborate with LACMA to bring like Web3 and blockchain, artists, not blockchain artists, but artists working with blockchains to LACMA, and so LACMA can even be more, involved in all this. So I started to work on a series to reflect that, and
a series of unique works.
Unique works. Oh yeah, this is like the subtleties is. It would be. It's not, set in the stone yet, but I think it will be like 100 editions, but each edition is unique. So I make an algorithm, and this algorithm will be on the blockchain, and every time someone buy an output, it will trigger the algorithm, and the algorithm will generate a random output that even me doesn't know. So this is the
trick.
Yeah, it's like weird at first, like you do something but you don't know,
you don't control it fully.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, there's always a part of chaos and randomness, which is the art of, at the core of generative art. Generative art is all about randomness, systems, chaos, and how to jungle between all this. But with long form, so this is called long form generative art, when it's on chain and completely random, it just adds another layer of randomness that even the artist doesn't control fully. So it's very stressful, but very exciting to be able to practice this very new thing with the blockchain and generative art. So,
and what is the next step? What is your next dream?
I think my next step, now that I'm kind of full-time on this, is like just explore fully my ideas. I want to make more
physical also?
Physical, like, not because I like to be in between. I don't like to be fully digital. I don't like to be fully traditional. I think people usually are like team whatever, team E, team B, but I think there is a team between A and B, and I want to be there and building whatever I have to build, but always to bridge the two worlds. So that's what I like to do more, to bridge my practices.
Super, and you have one of the rare French doing that. So now Centre Pompidou need to acquire your work, or you need to give them one.
Yeah, I think one of my goals as an artist now is that I have a son who is very young, and I liked him. If I could be in his history books, when he's older, like when he's 18, I would be very proud of me. Like, I made an impact. So in the art world. So now I'm kind of, trying to just achieve whatever I can to just push my practice and everyone that is around this practice, and just push it to the max and see where we can go.
Merci.